Hey guys! Okay, so this is the first episode of my Tartan Tuesdays. I don't know why I called it Tartan Tuesdays. I had to think of a day that began with T. There's only two, and Tuesday came first, so Tartan Tuesdays! Okay, so as you know by now, the first movie that we're going to do is Carved, or Kuchisaki Yona if you're Japanese. Yeah, so Carved came out. Oh, it's a Tartan Asia Extreme. This series is going to be for anything that's Tartan Video, Tartan Asia, or Tartan Asian Extreme, because I actually have quite a few, and the ones that I don't have, I've seen. So I figured I could do a series for all you Asian horror lovers out there, because I am one of you. So yeah, Carved came out in 2007. It's based off of an old Japanese legend that came about in the late 70s. I'm not exactly sure how it came about. It's the general plot of the original tale is that a woman, I think she was, I think her slit mouth came from her husband, or she accidentally did it herself. I'm not too sure. There's a lot of different versions about this tale. There's loads of different versions. But basically, Kuchisaki Yona, the slit mouth woman. What a wonderful urban legend. I mean, really, it's amazing. And when you see that there's not many movies about this particular urban legend, it makes it all more better when you get photos like this. I mean, how amazing is that? That's so freaky. I love the effects. I've always loved an effect where they make your mouth look bigger than it's supposed to be. Fright Night, Creepshow 3, and Carved. Yeah, so the basic plot of the movie is the 30 years previous, the slit-mouthed woman was known to be roaming around. She would take children, she would kill them, and the general tale of it is that she would have a long trench coat and a surgical mask, which was quite common in Japan because of the health scares they would have. People would walk around the streets with surgical masks on. And she would ask you, "Am I pretty?" If you said no, then she would kill you. I think there was a couple of ways of getting around her. I think if you say something like, "Are you average?" she gets confused and you can run away. Also, if you throw candles or sweet fruit at her, she gets confused and picks them up and you can run away. But if you say no, then she kills you with the scissors that she's carrying. That's terrifying. And the fact that it's against children as well. More children apparently have died from the slit-mouthed woman in the legends, so I'm sure that's terrified quite a few children over time. The general plot of the movie, though, is that, 30 years previous, she was doing this, and now she's come back. There's a teacher by the name of Kyoko... What's the hell's her name? I wrote it down. Kyoko Yamashita, that's it. Kyoko Yamashita. And she witnesses the slit-mouthed woman take a young child called Mika. Now, I actually really like the effect of the slit-mouthed woman in this movie, but the plot's a bit thin, I must admit. I mean... It just is. I don't think they should have put it into a whole hour and a half, but I still praise this movie. She then teams up, the teacher, that is, she then teams up with a young man who is investigating the legend. It turns out that this guy, his name I can't remember either. I'm not very good at pronouncing Japanese names. His name is, I believe his name is Noboru. It should be Matsuzaki. Noboru Matsuzaki. There we go. And he turns out to be her son, the slit-mouthed woman's son. Now, this isn't exactly a huge spoiler because most of the movie centres on the teacher and him knowing that he's the son. He then finds out, and they need to find clues from his past to help uncover the mystery of her, to then help find Mika. So it's not exactly a spoiler. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire plot of the movie. That's it. That's the whole plot of the movie, is that they find her. Pros of this movie, it's a great urban legend. It's a great urban legend. And the scenes with her in the slit-mouthed woman are amazing. They are. The cons of this movie, there aren't enough scenes of the slit-mouthed woman. There's not very many where you get to see her taking children, threatening children. There's not very many of her being menacing. I mean, there's a few, but there could have been more of her in it. Considering the whole movie's about her, there could have been a hell of a lot more of her in. There was a sequel. It's got several names. Carved 2, Kuchisaki Yona 2, The Slit-Mouthed Woman 2, and my personal favourite, The Scissors Massacre. What a wonderful name for a sequel. And it's a prequel, I should say. It's number 2, but it is a prequel to the whole saga. I don't think I've put anything else down here. No, I think that's pretty much it. I got this imported because it is region 1. So you will have to get it off of like Amazon.com if you live in the UK. If you don't, then I'm sure you can get it even easier. But yeah, I got it for about £6, so it's a pretty easy find. It's just whether or not you can actually get it imported. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this here. How long have I been going for? 5.5 minutes, that's not too bad. It's probably not the best review I've done, but sod it. Tartan Tuesdays, woohoo! Okay, I'm going to end it here. Bye!